Hi, I'm Dan Raywood. Welcome to IT Security Guru. Now, news has emerged over the last 24 hours that the Linux Foundation is to come together, bring the industry together, and create a new versions, more secure versions of open source software. What's interesting, of course, is before the gathering next week of the industry Great and Good at Info Security Europe and B-Sides London, the industry, some really major industry names, I should say, are coming together to try and make this piece of software secure. Now, in particular, it's OpenSSL that they're starting with. The Linux Foundation are trying to make sure this problem that we've had recently with Heartbleed isn't going to happen again. And they've enlisted some incredible list of names that are going to come across the screen as I speak right now, but including Microsoft, VMware, Rackspace, Dell and Cisco, to actually go out and do something different about this. Now, the first project they are working on is on OpenSSL, and yesterday I had a conversation with Marty Roche. He's the CTO and founder of SourceFire, of course, recently sold up to Cisco. He said to me that what's interesting about open source, and it's a very big defender of it because one of their projects is the Snort IDS open source system, is that it's the many eyes concept. Many eyes create it, many eyes fix it. And he praised the speed of which it was actually patched, in particular with the OpenSSL Heartbleed flaw, that the industry came together. It wasn't left there like some vendor patches can take a long time to roll out. A conversation I had a few years ago with Adobe's Chief Security Officer, Brad Arkin, said we have to do things right. We have to make sure things are fixed correctly and the patches are rolled out correctly. So in this instance, open source, everyone's coming together to fix things, and it seems that it works. But in this case, the Linux Foundation have come out and said, well, let's bring everyone together and work on projects and let's get things working at all. Now, of course, this is great for the industry because, as we've seen with OpenSSL, lots of websites and services are relying on open source technology, and if things are secure and they're kind of certified by major names and major companies and major technical experts, then eventually it's going to be more secure for everyone. So, is an open source future the way forward? It's a tricky one. I've looked at open source from both sides, looked at it from a great community projects, and arguably without open source we wouldn't have Snort, as we mentioned. There's also great technologies out there, and some other things like Google Android. That's a Linux concept, Linux kernel base. So on the other side, if everyone's looking at it, is anyone dedicated to it? Is anyone actually with a little bit of a black art scheme going to look at this and think, oh, there's a way in to include some suspicious code? I don't know really. I think it's a great way of seeing the industry coming together. And like I said, from next week we'll see everybody here in London doing something great, and here's maybe one step forward that we're going to see, and hopefully eradicate the problems we've had over the last few weeks. So I'll be seeing you all next week, not only in these videos, but hopefully somewhere around London. If you spot me, do say hello, and it's Belgian beer, by the way, if you want something in my hand. So for IT Security Guru, Dan Raywood.